So, as you mentioned, so this is the 2017 Chevrolet Bolt EV. It is a completely new architecture. So one thing that we did with this car is we didn't just take an existing product and bolt an electrification package onto it. So it was specifically designed, engineered, and manufactured to be an electric vehicle from the onset. If you look at the car, it has a distinct crossover type proportion. So that's exactly what people were looking for, because if you were, traditionally electric vehicles were kind of point A to point B, smaller, kind of quirky products. That's not what the mass customer is looking for. So again, a brand new architecture, crossover proportion. If you look at where the wheels are, pushed out to the corners, low belt line, so great visibility. And if you look at interior, flexibility, fold flat seats, a dual storage cargo hatch. So little things that make people look at this vehicle and say, wow, it's proportioned to how I would want a car to be. But it's so much more than that. Obviously, the big selling proposition is 238 pure EV miles at a cost under $30,000 after federal tax credits, loaded with safety technology, infotainment technology, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, 4G, wireless charging, all sorts of safety features, and unique things that the market doesn't even offer. We have a rear view camera, or a rear view mirror, where actually it can be a mirror with a 20-degree kind of field of vision. Pull a toggle, and it actually has a camera in the back of the car that now gives you an 80-degree field of view. So if you have bulky cargo, a 150-pound dog in the back seat, and you want to see out the back, we can give you that option. We have things like surround vision, which stitches together 4 different cameras on the car to give you a bird's eye view in reverse. So you not only get the traditional rear camera look, you get all around your car, so you don't bump into someone with the front of the car. So loaded with special little touches like that, that really make it not just a great electric car, but a great car. Now, like with any product that we build, we don't build them on day one and then ship them on day two. So we'll take about maybe about a month or so time to build a sufficient number of them to make sure that build integrity and quality is right. We'll be able to test things out. But we committed to retail sales of these vehicles in the 2016 calendar year. We're still holding to that commitment. So we anticipate that will start sometime in December, in select markets. And you can expect, right, there's a more engaged EV community in markets like California and Oregon, which is where the initial distribution will go. But we'll follow up in 2017 with a full national distribution and sales of the car. Oh yeah, I mean, you look at a Cruise. You look at a Cruise getting 40 miles per gallon highway with a 1.4 turbo. There is a little bit of internal competition, right? As we get better, you take a product like Cruise. So new product for us, a new platform. New engine, new transmission, lightweighted by about 250 pounds. And you look at that and you say, well, that's delivering on great fuel efficiency. We've got a whole diesel portfolio that we've released. So we have a Cruise diesel coming. Haven't announced the fuel economy of that product yet, but it's expected to be eye-popping when we announce that number. Certainly the tip of the spear for us is the Bolt EV and the Volt. Well, I mean, we do a number of things in the charging front. I mean, look, first and foremost, our responsibility is to provide phenomenal products, and that's what we've got with Volt and Bolt EV. 90% or more of all charging takes place in 2 places, at home or at work. So GM's a big supporter of the government's workplace charging initiatives. As a matter of fact, GM has installed over 500 of our own charge stations at about 50 facilities across the United States. We have programs in place for retail buyers of the Bolt EV with a relationship with a charging manufacturer where people can actually finance the cost of that charger. So we're trying to help EV adoption in that regard. And with 238 miles of range, there's a lot of infrastructure out there in play, but there's a lot more to come. Well, that's something that everybody's talking about and working on. I mean, obviously we have a fleet of Bolt EVs that are in autonomous testing. We've got things going on in San Francisco, I think some things in Phoenix. We got people that know a lot more about that than I do, but this is all part of the technologies we're developing. So whether it is forward-based radar, collision detection systems, it's all part of the equation. We'll see just how quick that comes. There's going to be regulatory issues. There's going to be, car-to-car, car-to-infrastructure, communication. It's an exciting time, though. Mary Barra likes to say that the industry is going to change more in the next 5 than it has in the last 50, and that's certainly true with this car. What we don't have with this vehicle is 50 years of history and heritage of mid-car buyers that they're pretty predictable in their migration and where they go. We don't have that here, but we're going to find people here who just want a phenomenal automobile first and foremost, who want the efficiency, but they're not, pure head over heel green advocates, right? I mean, we call them green collars sometimes, but they're much more on the side of an Excel spreadsheet, rows and columns, than they are save the environment, type. I mean, there's those people, and everyone wants to do their part. Some want to do it more than others, but we think this vehicle is going to be right for people who just want a great vehicle, and it fits their lifestyle and fits the way that they want to drive and the kind of car they want to be seen in.